Hello from Stumbles.
And Fumbles. So today we are at Montezuma Castle. We have a couple of other stops. We're going to be staying in Jerome and spending a little bit of time here in the Verde Valley. So stay tuned. The Verde Valley is located in the center of the state. It encompasses Sedona, Cottonwood, Jerome, and Camp Verde. The Verde River stretches through 3 counties, Yavapai, Maricopa, and Gila counties, and is 170 miles long. After making a few stops along the Verde River, it was time to visit Montezuma Castle. Montezuma Castle has a nice gift shop and area inside the building where you can learn about the history of the ruins. Once you leave the building, there is a nice walking path that makes a loop right by the ruins and brings you right back into the gift shop. This fry bread stand was located right at the corner where you turn off to go to Montezuma Castle. But we wanted to do the castle first, and then we made it a point to come back and get some authentic fry bread. And it was so delicious with cinnamon and honey and powdered sugar. Fort Verde was used by General Crook's army to house soldiers and used as a trading post. In later years, it was housing for doctors, nurses, and teachers. We spent our first night in Camp Verde at the Cliff Castle Casino and Hotel. The hotel and casino sits on the Yavapai Apache Nation. This statue is a tribute to an elderly gentleman who carried his ailing wife on his back while they were being moved from their home to the reservation. And early the next morning, Stumbles took a hike along this cliffside that sits right across from the hotel and casino. So later in the morning, we went to Dead Horse Ranch State Park to do some fishing and just enjoying nature. We've camped here before and we really liked it, so we came back just to spend a few hours in the day. We both have been to the Verde Valley before and been to Sedona and Jerome, but we've never visited Tuzigoot or Montezuma Castle, so we really made it a point to visit these historic sites while we were here. Tuzigoot used to be buried in the mountain, and it wasn't until archaeologists discovered that the rocks that were on the mountain were facing in odd directions. So they began to uncover the ruins and eventually uncovered all the rooms of Tuzigoot. The temperatures were in the hundreds while we were here, so thankfully Stumbles walked up the stairs to get the view from above while I stood down in the shade.
As we walk along the sidewalk here, for all the neatly parked vehicles, do you think Fumbles is still learning how far she can pull into a parking spot in her new Chevy? We could have the opposite of a tailgate party in front of her vehicle.
To be honest, I would love to be down there kayaking with those people, especially on a hot day like it was today. This is Jerome State Park. We have been here before and toured the inside of the building. It's filled with a lot of mining history. We came when the boys were younger. They really liked it too. So this is our first time staying at the Jerome Grand Hotel. We have heard about its haunted past, so we were looking forward to staying here and seeing if we had any experiences for ourselves. When we got to the hotel, we were early for check-in, and it's nothing new for us to be early for anything. So we kind of hung out, and I sat outside in the shade, and Stumbles did some filming around the area. So the rooms are super nice. It's hard not to imagine when the room used to be a hospital room and what it was like with the activity of doctors and patients and nurses. I did request a room with a balcony on the back. It does face the mountain, but if you want to pay a little extra, you can get a balcony facing the front. So after checking in, we went and ate lunch at the Haunted Hamburger. And we sat outside to eat, which actually, for it being 100 degrees out, it wasn't too bad sitting on the patio. And they did have ceiling fans to keep it cool. The Jerome Grand Hotel used to be a hospital, and it is said that over 9,000 people passed away here. When you walk through the hallways, it's eerily quiet, but in a way, you get a sense of what it must have been like to be in this building back when it was first built, or even as a patient.
You have something right above your head. It just jumped into your body.
So once the evening rolled around, Stumbles wanted to go do some investigating and see if he could find any signs of hauntings and ghosts. And you got to give it to Stumbles because I just wanted to go to bed. And he seems to be the more adventurous one who gets out and tries his best to get some great video. Jerome does have a free shuttle service that you don't actually have to go to their stop and wait for the shuttle. You can call a number and they will pick you up wherever you're at in town. We did utilize it once because we made the downhill trek from the hotel into Jerome, but I honestly did not want to make the trek back uphill in 100-degree weather. So these last two photos are of the old-fashioned key box and showing you two different ways that they used to get a hold of rooms before telephones. It's an old switchboard. So we had a wonderful time. We really appreciate you watching, and we hope you enjoyed this video. Take care.